Our universe is continuously expanding, making it challenging to find its boundaries and measure its size. But thanks to the James Webb Telescope, we can now peer into the farthest corners of the universe. After the James Webb Telescope began its exploration of the universe, many scientists like Brian Cox have made announcements disclosing the actual scale and vast size of the universe.
I find it almost impossible to imagine, well, actually impossible to imagine. One, just the size and scale of it. I mean, in the piece of the universe we can see, there are something like, roughly, 2 trillion galaxies. We haven't counted them all, but that's an estimate based on surveys of the local universe. 2 trillion, 2,000 billion galaxies. And we're very sure that that piece that we can see is a small bit of what may be an infinite universe beyond. We don't know, actually.
I believe we should explore and understand the universe because it helps us discover more about ourselves. We are not separate from the universe, we are part of it. As Alan Watts said, we are a way for the universe to know itself. So let's dive in to discover how big our universe is. Traveling at a speed of 70 miles per hour, it would take approximately 15 days to go around the Earth's equator, 5 months to reach the Moon, 63 years to reach Mars at its closest point, and a whopping 4,400 years to reach Neptune. These figures alone demonstrate the immense scale of our solar system. To put it in context, consider the Voyager 1 probe launched in 1977. It traveled at a speed of 38,000 miles per hour and didn't exit the solar system until 2012. That means it spent 35 years just to leave the solar system. Even light, which can circle the Earth 7 times in a single second, seems relatively slow when confronted with the vastness of our solar system. As vast as our solar system is, it is dwarfed by the enormity of the Milky Way galaxy. This galaxy contains roughly 300 billion stars, with many likely having their own planetary systems. Our nearest neighboring star system, Alpha Centauri, is located 4.3 light-years away. Let's try to comprehend this scale. If we were to shrink our entire solar system, including the orbit of Neptune, to the size of a U.S. quarter, the next star system, Alpha Centauri, would be approximately 300 feet away. That's an immense distance to traverse. Earlier, we mentioned that it would take 4,400 years to reach Neptune by driving at high speed. Now, imagine the time it would take to travel to the next star system, Alpha Centauri. Even if something were to travel at the speed of Voyager, cruising at 38,000 miles per hour, it would still require a staggering 77,000 years to reach Alpha Centauri. This further emphasizes the vastness and immense distances involved when exploring the cosmos. Now, let's focus on Betelgeuse, a star located 640 light-years away and 1,000 times larger than our Sun. It's an impressive star. As we zoom out further, we encounter what we call the radiosphere. This represents the distance our radio transmissions have covered over the past century. Although the signals have significantly degraded by now, they have reached around 15,000 star systems, which is a very small fraction compared to the number of stars in the Milky Way. And there's Betelgeuse again. If you look at Betelgeuse in the night sky tonight, you're actually seeing light that left its surface around 100 years before Columbus set sail for the New World. It has traveled at the speed of light all this time and is only now reaching our planet. What's truly astonishing is that Betelgeuse, on a universal scale, is relatively close by. To further astound you, our radiosphere is just a tiny blip within the immense expanse of the Milky Way. To help visualize this, imagine if we were to shrink our solar system down to the size of a U.S. quarter. The entire Milky Way galaxy would be comparable to the vastness of North America. Within this immense region, there would be an additional 300 billion quarters, each representing various star systems and their planets. We are just one of these 300 billion quarters floating amidst an unimaginably large number of stars and planets. Beyond our galaxy, there are at least 1 trillion more galaxies. Yes, 1 trillion. That's an incredibly large number. To help grasp its magnitude, imagine a collection of 1,000 cats, and suppose there are 1,000 such groups. So we have 1,000 groups of cats, each consisting of 1,000 cats. That would give us a total of 1 million cats. Now, to comprehend 1 trillion, every single cat, remember there are already 1 million, would represent an additional 1 million cats. That's an astonishing number of feline encounters. 1 trillion is equal to 1 million, a million times. It's an incredibly vast figure. Our closest neighboring galaxy is the Andromeda Galaxy, situated 2.5 million light-years away. It's currently moving toward us at a tremendous speed. As it gets closer, our night sky will undergo significant changes. Andromeda itself contains about 1 trillion stars, and when it eventually collides with the Milky Way, which has 300 billion stars, the chances of individual stars from either galaxy colliding with each other are actually quite slim. This illustrates the vastness of space between stars within a galaxy. It's more of a gravitational interaction than an actual collision. These galactic collisions might even facilitate the travel of life between stars and galaxies. Galaxies are not static systems. They are dynamic and ever-evolving entities. As we zoom out, we encounter our local group of galaxies, followed by the Virgo cluster, which contains over 1,500 galaxies. Beyond that lies the Virgo supercluster, which consists of approximately 20,000 galaxies. However, this supercluster is just a small part of a larger supercluster known as Laniakea, which comprises roughly 100,000 galaxies. Each of these 100,000 galaxies has hundreds of billions of stars and planets of its own. In the observable universe, there are another 10 million superclusters similar to Laniakea. As we continue to zoom out, we observe an increasing number of mapped galaxies. These are actual galaxies with specific locations, but they represent only a small fraction of what truly exists out there. There are hundreds of billions more galaxies that have yet to be mapped. Lastly, we come to cosmic background radiation. This represents the oldest detectable light, the residual heat that remains from the Big Bang. It serves as a remnant from the early stages of the universe's existence. The scale of the universe becomes even more mind-boggling when we consider the vastness beyond galaxies. There are regions in space known as cosmic voids where matter is sparser compared to the rest of the universe. These voids are immense, spanning hundreds of millions of light-years across. They appear as vast expanses of seemingly empty space, yet they hold the potential for the formation of future structures and galaxies. As we delve deeper into the cosmos, we encounter cosmic filaments. These are colossal threads of gas, dust, and dark matter that stretch across billions of light-years, connecting galaxies and clusters of galaxies. They form a cosmic web-like structure, binding the universe together on its largest scales. The distribution of matter in the universe is not uniform, but rather exhibits a cosmic web pattern. Vast clusters and superclusters of galaxies are connected by these cosmic filaments, creating an intricate tapestry that spans unimaginable distances. It is within these cosmic filaments and superclusters that galaxies congregate, interacting and influencing each other through gravity. The vastness of space provides an awe-inspiring canvas for the existence of countless celestial objects and phenomena. Supernovae, the explosive deaths of massive stars, scatter heavy elements across the cosmos, enriching the interstellar medium from which new stars and planetary systems can form. Black holes, with their immense gravitational pull, shape the evolution of galaxies and can release powerful jets of energy that reach far into space. In the depths of space, we also find exotic phenomena such as quasars, which are supermassive black holes actively feeding on surrounding matter and emitting colossal amounts of energy. These quasars can outshine entire galaxies and serve as beacons of the early universe, allowing us to study the cosmos in its infancy. Now, the biggest question is what lies beyond the observable universe. Numerous additional galaxies exist beyond our visual reach, as the emitted light from these galaxies hasn't had sufficient time to reach Earth. Furthermore, due to the ongoing expansion of space and the galaxy's continuous movement away from us, the light from most of these distant galaxies will never reach us. Consequently, these regions may forever remain inaccessible to us. How far does the universe extend? By drawing inferences from our current understanding of the laws of physics, the entire universe is at least 250 times larger than the observable universe. It is at least that much more extensive, and there are compelling arguments suggesting it may be even larger, potentially infinite. There is a broader perspective to consider. What is the nature of the universe? What is our place within it? After watching this video, you might contemplate a couple of possibilities. Firstly, on this small, isolated entity, on a remote planet in the vast expanse of space, I will live for several decades and eventually cease to exist. Or secondly, you might think, wow, I am a part of this unimaginably vast, potentially infinite universe that could be teeming with life. I am a part of something that I don't fully comprehend, something that eludes complete understanding. I am a part of this planet, a part of this point in space that is brimming with vitality. And from there, things can delve into the metaphysical realm. Within our present scientific knowledge, it is easy to feel isolated in the universe. We perceive ourselves as separate entities drifting on a small rock in an overwhelmingly lifeless cosmos. However, this perspective is outdated and needs to be revised. We must reevaluate certain fundamental assumptions and let go of these antiquated beliefs for our own sake and for the betterment of humanity. First, the notion that you are somehow disconnected from the universe must be dismantled. We are conditioned to perceive ourselves as individuals, distinct from the external world. Naturally, with such assumptions and beliefs, one would feel like a lost soul. However, it doesn't have to be that way. Although we may sense ourselves as independent creatures wandering around, we are not truly separate. We are not independent of the world we inhabit. We are intimately entwined, inseparable, in a symbiotic relationship with the world. Humans and nature are intertwined and interconnected. We are, in fact, a part of it, a fragment of the whole. The universe is not external to you. You are encompassed by it. You are a manifestation of the universe, much like one of your skin cells is a manifestation of your entire body. We are an aspect of the universe, so it is illogical to isolate oneself and assert that you are a solitary entity surrounded by a vast alien entity. You have emerged from that entity, and you are inseparable from it. If you ever feel adrift, remember that the same force guiding the stars also guides you. You are a product of nature, just as much as a star or a planet. If you resist this notion and only adhere to cold, empirical science, consider that we are all composed of the same fundamental particles, or as Carl Sagan eloquently put it, the cosmos is within us. We are made of stardust. We are a way for the universe to know itself. We are all interconnected, part of the same entity. Alternatively, if we wish to delve deeper, let us explore what quantum theory proposes. Everything in reality is composed of unified fields of fluctuating energy propagating through time and space. We are all part of this unified set of fields, indivisible from it. If the universe originated from a singularity, then every particle was once unified and capable of communicating with every other particle. You are the universe perceiving itself. The implications of this are profound. It means that the true essence of you encompasses everything you observe and much more. The second fundamental assumption that requires reevaluation is our narrow conception of what constitutes life. The differentiation between living and non-living entities is purely a matter of definition. This division exists solely within our subjective understanding, which explains why there is such extensive debate surrounding the criteria for determining what qualifies as living. For instance, some argue that viruses possess life, while others contend that they do not. Our demarcation between the living and non-living continually shifts and expands. We previously believed that human beings were the sole intelligent life forms, but we have since broadened our perspective to include animals, insects, plants, and cells. And now we question whether viruses, bacteria, endospores, and DNA can be classified as living. In essence, there is no definitive consensus on the nature of life, as there is no distinct boundary that definitively separates the living from the non-living. While we have established definitions outlining the prerequisites for life as we currently comprehend it, our understanding remains incomplete when it comes to intelligence and the essence of being alive. What if life is more deeply ingrained and fundamental to the universe than our assumptions suggest? The universe is not merely a static and mechanistic material entity, as we once believed. It does not consist of unintelligent matter aimlessly adrift. The concept of the universe as a mechanical apparatus emerged from Newton's ideas of a clockwork universe. However, we now recognize that the universe is not static like a clock. It is an ever-changing process characterized by movement and evolution. The universe bears a greater resemblance to an organism than to a clock. I am not implying that the universe is an organism per se. Rather, I am proposing that its behavior aligns more closely with that of an organism than a clock. Could it be possible that the universe itself possesses some form of intelligence, awareness, or a distinct type of consciousness different from our own? Is there a chance that the universe is alive in a manner that surpasses our limited perspective, eluding our comprehension? This notion can be likened to how a cell within our body remains unaware of its participation in a larger, more intricate entity. This concept harmoniously intertwines with the previous idea that we are not separate from the universe. If we, as intelligent and living beings, are interconnected with the universe, it logically follows that the universe itself may possess intelligence and life in a certain sense. From my standpoint, a living being cannot emerge from a lifeless universe. I will delve deeper into this topic in a forthcoming video. Undoubtedly, numerous arguments and counter-arguments can be presented here, so it is essential not to dismiss these ideas outright. Doing so would perpetuate a cycle of being trapped within a fixed paradigm. Take some time to contemplate these concepts before impulsively reacting based on your belief system. This tendency to adhere rigidly to one's beliefs often leads to the rejection of alternative perspectives, so it is crucial to be cautious of such a pitfall. Challenging the beliefs that shape one's entire reality can be unsettling, but maintaining an open mind and a willingness to consider new information, even when it contradicts one's current paradigm, is vital. I am not to convert anyone. Rather, I offer an alternative perspective, a fresh viewpoint that may be unfamiliar to you. It's possible that this new perspective could resonate with you more than the traditional beliefs in a higher power controlling everything outside our universe or the contemporary worldview that perceives our universe as lifeless, mechanistic, and materialistic. Now, I'm not asserting the absence of a higher power. There could be various forms of higher powers guiding us. For instance, our planet possesses a greater intelligence than we had previously acknowledged when we reduced it to simplistic models. Our models are excessively simplistic to grasp and comprehend the true intelligence present in the planet, stars, and universe. It possesses a distinct type of intelligence that eludes our understanding. What we have done is taken something immensely intricate and, in an attempt to comprehend it, we created simplistic models to explain its behavior. Subsequently, when we examine these models, we conclude, that's all there is. We have forgotten that we oversimplified everything. Now, when we observe these simplistic models, we say, this planet is rather simple and unintelligent, isn't it? But it isn't. We are the ones at fault for reducing a profoundly complex phenomenon which surpasses our comprehension to an oversimplified model and then assuming that in its entirety. We are only just beginning to comprehend the true nature of our planet. It's plausible that we inhabit an intelligent planet within an intelligent galaxy, which itself is a manifestation of intelligence beyond the physical universe. Our knowledge is limited, so we must remain open to all possibilities. We can engage in debates about these ideas endlessly, but ultimately, I believe we urgently require a new and updated worldview, one that doesn't perceive us as separate entities existing in a lifeless universe. Our worldview and belief system lie at the very core of our identity and shape our culture and values. Therefore, which worldview would better serve humanity moving forward? The one in which we perceive ourselves as integral parts of an intelligent and possibly living system. A worldview where each part is equally important, valuable, and deserving, each with its unique purpose and mission, all contributing perfectly in their own distinct way to the whole. Each of us experiences a brief sojourn through the cosmos, enjoying our individual journeys, and when our time here concludes, we return to the source, the greater essence from which we originated. Alternatively, should we embrace a worldview that portrays us as separate individuals in a lifeless universe, fostering a selfish us versus them mentality and instilling fear due to the belief that we are independent beings in a hostile world. I believe we can observe the implications of such a worldview, but I also believe it forms part of our evolutionary process. At some point, we will transcend this paradigm. These are solely my opinions based on my experiences. You, of course, are entitled to your own perspectives, and I respect them as well. Each of us possesses the freedom to choose our own beliefs. Over billions of years, the universe has undergone a remarkable journey of evolution and transformation, leading to the emergence of life forms like us. Though we may appear minuscule in comparison to the vast cosmos, we possess an extraordinary significance, much like everything else in the universe. In accordance with my belief, there exists an inherent intelligence within the universe. It is not merely an aimless collection of inert matter drifting randomly. Instead, a unified intelligence or consciousness guides the intricate workings of the cosmos, including our own existence. The illusion of separateness we experience is a product of our limited cognitive capabilities. When you came into being, you did not materialize as an isolated entity. Rather, you emerged from the universe itself. You are intricately woven into its fabric, and your birth symbolizes the universe giving rise to a conscious being. In essence, you are not separate from the universe, you are an integral part of it. This realization extends to all of us. We are interconnected, bound together in this cosmic journey. As the renowned astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson aptly stated, we're all connected to each other biologically, to the Earth chemically, to the rest of the universe atomically. Not only do we exist within the universe, but the universe also resides within us. Therefore, it is vital that we treat every individual with love, respect, and dignity. As a species and as inhabitants of this planet, we must unite and support one another if we wish to ensure our survival. And I remain optimistic that we can overcome the challenges that lie ahead. Let me conclude with a poignant quote from Carl Sagan, who eloquently expressed, "The cosmos is within us. We are made of star stuff. We are a way for the universe to know itself." These words remind us that we are intimately connected to the grandeur of the cosmos. Our existence is intertwined with the very fabric of the universe, and we serve as a means for the universe to comprehend its own vastness and complexity. Embracing this profound interconnectedness, let us strive to fulfill our potential, individually and collectively, as we navigate the mysteries of existence.